Happy Friday, friends. I made this awesome shake today that I'm still enjoying. I'm calling it the Caribbean Queen because it's literally giving me island vibes. It's almond milk, strawberry, Arbonne protein, frozen mango chunks, a quarter cup of raw oats, gluten-free oats, and what else is in it? I think that's it. Almond milk, protein powder. Oh, and spinach. Spinach. Hi, Nicole. So this literally tastes like some kind of drink that you would have rum in on the side of a pool or a beach, somewhere gorgeous. But alas, we're still here in upstate New York, but it's beautiful out, so I'm not going to complain. Okay, start with a little Arbonne Primer. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Mariah. Why the oats? I was super hungry today, Nicole, honestly. It is Shark Week here. You know what I mean? So my appetite for like the first 2 days of that is always pretty aggressive. And I was just starved. It was the first thing that I ate. And what time is it now? Like 2 o'clock? It was the first thing that I ate today. So I was definitely hungry and ready to eat. And I added in the oats just for like a little bit of extra sustenance. I feel like it keeps me fuller longer too. Hi, Darlene. Hey, Chris. So if you're ever super hungry, Nicole, you could add like just raw oatmeal to your shake and it will definitely keep you full. It's one of my favorite little hacks. And you don't taste it when you blend it with, I have a Vitamix and it does a really good job of blending it, but I never taste any like chewiness or anything. It does make it a little bit thicker, but I personally like a thick shake, not a super loose one. So it's like my little secret hack about how to get a little bit more mileage. You know, sometimes I'll do, have you ever done protein overnight oats where you put raw oats in a mason jar and then you put almond milk? You can add a scoop of protein powder to it and then you can add like almond butter or Greek yogurt or anything like that. I love to do that. I got my full control today. I can't wait to try it. I can't wait for you to tell me what you think of the flavor because honestly, it's so good. I give it to Justin when he's got a migraine because it's got a ton of magnesium in it and magnesium is good for migraines. And so I give him that mixed with Mind Health and he just likes to drink it anyway because he thinks it tastes really good. So we'll go with that. The watermelon kiwi flavor is phenomenal. All right, so I'm going to go in with medium CC cream today. I meant to do medium CC cream the other day and I put light on. So we're going to go in with medium today. Should be about the right shade. Yeah, for Tan Megan. Tan Megan is still happening here. I tried them, not a fan, but I just like oatmeal types of things. I didn't love them at first. It took me a little while to get to like them, honestly, the overnight oats, because eating them cold was kind of weird and they were sort of a strange consistency. But I grew to enjoy them because of the convenience factor. Hey, Kristen. Hi, Ann. Hi, Terry. All right. So we have medium CC cream on. And I'm just going to go blot this in with a sponge and press it in. I love our CC cream for a couple of reasons. One of them, though, is that it has SPF 30 in it, and I need the SPF because I'm pasty pale. What's good for migraine headaches? Magnesium. My husband's neurologist told him to get magnesium tablets, and he takes them whenever he gets a bad migraine. And up here in New York, the weather always sets him off because we get wild temperature or barometric pressure changes, and that always gives him a migraine. So I was looking on the back of my products the other day and I saw that Full Control has a ton of magnesium in it. So I gave him some of that. Look at my tan. I know. So what I did was took the Arbonne Sunless Tanner and I added it to my coconut body butter and I put it on, and then I'm tan now. It's kind of amazing. Hi, Kristen. How are you? So, Cynthia, we don't have, like, Arbonne doesn't have a product for migraines specifically, but I just took the Full Control and used it with him because I know that the magnesium specifically helps his migraines. which are usually weather or stress driven. He does have like other triggers, some food triggers, red wine, fermented foods, that kind of thing seem to always trigger him. But we know that a change, like if a storm is coming, he's like Lassie. He'll be like, oh, my head's starting to hurt. And I'll literally look at my weather app and watch that a storm is coming. He's the best indicator that there's about to be something happening. Okay. Look at how great that coverage is with just CC Cream. It stands for Complexion Corrector, and it does a phenomenal job of correcting, clearly. All right, so I'm gonna go and set this with loose foundation powder in the shade Ivory because I wanna brighten and highlight my under eye, but I also wanna put a powder finish on so I don't like melt off my makeup. I'll try that. Barometric pressure is my trigger too. I'm the same way. My husband is terrible. I feel so bad for him. Like I remember one time when we were coming back from Las Vegas, I think it may have even been right after we got married. The plane was descending into Albany like really quickly. I don't know why, but we were making a pretty quick descent and the pressure was fluctuating in the cabin really badly. And literally he went from having a conversation with me being totally fine to being doubled over, like screaming in pain. And the woman sitting in the aisle seat of our row was looking at me and she's like, what's wrong with him? I'm like, nothing's wrong with him. He has a migraine. She's like, oh, headaches are painful. And I've never had a migraine. I'm very lucky. I mean, I think I've had a limited amount of even headaches in my life, but he gets terrible migraines from like stress, weather changes, some food, like I said, but mostly stress and the weather bring them on. And we've tried everything. Like he's had sinus surgery. He's had, you know, he takes daily medication to keep them away. We do like a whole vitamin regimen. We avoid all the food and trigger things that can bother him. He takes Claritin to keep his sinuses clear for pressure changes, you know, all of those things. But when you have migraines, you're just kind of stuck with them. Weather changes for me too. They're so bad. Now, Mariah, because you're at sea level, do you notice a lot of them? Because when we were in Edisto, he didn't get a single migraine. And it was because we were at sea level and like we weren't getting a ton of pressure change. Here, I forget what we are. I think we're like 1,800 feet above sea level here in New York, and we get wild pressure swings because we're in between two mountain ranges. And so when storms come in, they seem to affect him really badly. So he was actually looking at a map for migraine sufferers that explained the areas of the country that people were less likely to suffer from migraine changes because of weather shifts. And most of them were right at sea level. He's like, we need to move. Another reason to move down by you, Mariah. Okay, so that was all just loose foundation powder in the shade Ivory that I set my makeup with and just kind of brightened and highlighted my face with. All right, now I've got my contour stick. Love this little guy for easy peasy contour. You don't have to be afraid of it that you're gonna draw like an excessive amount of color on your face and not be able to blend it out. I get them if a really big storm, but mostly when we travel to the mountains. See, exactly. Hi, Ashley. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the highlight side, put it right on my cheekbone, down the center of my nose, and right on my Cupid's bow. And then contour side right underneath that cheekbone, jawline, sides of my nose, and forehead. Hi, Ashley. I'm a freak. I can't just put these things down. I have to like put them away nicely because I live with boys and they make everything else in my house chaos. So my makeup desk has to stay clean. Hi, Christine. All right, so I'm gonna take the short flat side of this and just kind of blend these highlight and contour in just by pressing them in. I'm not gonna smudge them around or anything. I just kind of wanna blend in that glow. And you can see it right here, the contour and the highlight. It just gives you like a very natural, realistic glow. It's not gonna give you a really deep contour, you know, one side isn't white and one side isn't super dark. It's just very soft and shimmery and organic looking. Hi, Angela. That being said, you should still blend it in. It's not so natural that you don't need to blend it. Sides of the nose. I'm from Iowa. Do you get a lot of, do you know what your triggers are, Cynthia? Because it took a long time for him to even know. For years, Justin was even diagnosed with sinus headaches. When we first started dating, that's why he had sinus surgery, was they told him he had bad blocked sinuses. And so we actually went through having like his entire sinus cavity. They said he had a blockage. So they went in and gave him basically a complete sinus whatever. It was like everything about a rhinoplasty except for the cosmetic part. And it was super painful for him, but it wasn't the problem. Does the bronzer stick the same color as the powder? Not really. That's the bronzer part of it. I would say that it's, I don't know, it's a pretty dark brown, but it doesn't go on heavy, so you're not gonna get like a really dark line on your face. All right, so I am gonna go in with a little bit of bronzer because, you know, that's what life is about right now, is bronzing. At least for me it is. Where's my little poof? Weather, stress, and menopause. If Justin had hormone changes like women did, holy, I don't even want to know. We wouldn't have made it this far because hormones are horrendous. And I can't imagine if he had to deal with like that monthly shift in your hormones. Because I even get headaches occasionally with my cycle, and I'm not prone to headaches. So I can't even imagine if every month I could count on that. I would be a miserable human being. It's not orange or red at all. It's definitely brown. I have to say, guys, I'm living for the big hoop energy, slicked back, unwashed hair, and fake tan life. 1000% living for these things right now. Okay, Gucci. All right, I'm gonna go in, because I'm wearing red, I wanted to go in with something with a little bit more of a natural blush today, so I'm gonna go in with the shade Berry and just kind of pick up some of the red. I didn't want to clash and go pink. So I'm going to use the shade Berry. These are really, really well pigmented. This is just touching it one time. So make sure that you don't go in too hot and heavy with it, because you can see that you get a ton of color. This is almost like too much color, and I just touched it once. So we'll blend it out and soften it up. I just love that glowy, dewy skin look, especially these days, and especially because I'm tan. I'm living for it. All right, so I'm actually going to use my light eyebrow pencil today to line my lips and do my brows. I'm desperately missing our eyeliner in the shade Morel because it's one of my favorites for my lip. I haven't been taking it out until it is restocked for you guys, because again, I don't like to show you things that you can't hop on the site and grab. So I'm actually going to use my light brow pencil for my brows, and then we're also going to use it to line my lips with, because you know what, I'm flexible like that, and so is Arbonne. All right, so I'm just going to line my brows gently. Brows are a huge deal. I know a lot of people just go, oh, how much difference could brows really make? They make a huge difference. If you haven't filled in your brows before, give it a try, because it really does sort of structure your face really nicely and adds a little bit more polish. And honestly, brows are a very youthful appearance. As we age, our brows tend to get a little more sparse, not quite as dark. So by filling them in, it kind of just gives you a little bit more of a youthful look. Hi, Abby. This dog really thinks that she had... Mina! This dog. there's 3 Lowe's guys outside delivering a new washer dryer to our next door neighbors, and Mina's not happy about what's happening next door. Bras are, oh, she's just let herself out the front door. If we hear 3 grown men scream, it's 100% to do with my dog. Who, by the way, is a complete marshmallow, but she thinks she's very important. All right, let's go on with medium dark brow cream, because we can. Also, I know that I used bronzer today. Bronzer is currently out of stock until June 8th, but it's coming back, I promise. Wait for us, wait for me. It is what it is. They've, you know, it's been hard to restock things during all of the mess with COVID and social distancing. So just hang tight another week or so and we will get you your bronzer, don't worry. My dog does the same thing in my sessions. It's like, come on, Mina. Like, really? She lives the most cushy, smushy suburban life ever. So the fact that she is always on high alert just is amusing to me. It's like she really thinks that like the Germans are coming and we have to go underground or something. She's next level. She has so much to say, Anne. I just can't even. I can't. All right, so I'm gonna use bronzer for my crease because we're gonna be low maintenance today. Why not? And of course she has to sit right here when I do anything because I'm also not to be trusted to be alone. She's definitely my bodyguard. I'm Whitney and she is Kevin Costner. That's what's happening here. And she will always love me. Whitney style. All right, just a little bronzer in the crease. And if we're feeling a little extra, let's add a little of that blush too, because we can. So I'm gonna go in with that same shade with Berry and just kind of add a little bit more flair. The mailman now carries an air horn with him because of my dog. And if he has to deliver anything beyond the mailbox, he blows the air horn. He just lays on it. It sounds like, I don't even know what, but we always know when we hear the air horn that it's for us, which is, I'm sure our neighbors love that. All right, so I'm just gonna go in with the Speaks Volume Mascara and do 2 quick coats on my lashes. I always do 2 coats. I just like a fuller lash look, and I think that the second coat really brings them to life. And I also make sure that I go ahead and get those little teeny baby lashes right on the inside corner. This does a great job of making your lashes look really fluffy because it doesn't stick together and it doesn't clump them up. So that's why I personally love this. It's not difficult to get them to separate with this lash or with this mascara. I don't like to fight with my mascaras and try to separate my lashes. And that's one reason that I'm so loyal to this kind. Plus it's hypoallergenic and I have very sensitive eyes. Hey Trace. All right, second coat where the magic happens. Oh, also we got an email from our Disney vacation planner today. We were supposed to go in March. My parents, before my dad passed away, got the kids a trip to Disney for Christmas. And Dad passed away a week before Christmas. We gave the kids the trip from him. Then when we were supposed to go on the trip, 3 days before we were supposed to leave, Disney shut down due to COVID. So that happened. So we rescheduled for November, and we just got a email from Disney that basically Disney might open in July, but everything is going to be different for a long time. Like there's going to be no parades, there's going to be no character interaction. What else? Parks are going to be at a reduced capacity. You have to wear masks. You have to have your temperature taken. You can't have fast passes. All your dining reservations are going to be limited or canceled. If you have a Disney dining plan, that's going to be canceled. You can't swim in the pools, like all kinds of madness. So all signs point to us not going in November either, because I don't want to take the kids all the way down there and not get the full Disney experience. Like, how much would that stink? A whole lot. All right, so I'm just gonna go in with my brow liner in light. That's heartbreaking about Disney. I agree. Luckily, my kids, they were excited about going, but they're not like asking me every day, like, when are we going to Disney? When are we going to Disney? My nieces, however, are every single day asking my sister, Mommy, when are we going to Disney? Because they're huge into the princesses. My kids wanted to go really badly to go on vacation and to see Disney, but my nieces are like literally think that they are Elsa and Anna. And so every day they're asking Jen, Mom, when are we going to go to Disney with Dylan and Chase? And it's like, I can't imagine if my kids were asking me every day. So I don't know, maybe it'll be next year. I hope we can go at all, but this is like going to be a problem for a while. I know, Anne. It's super sad, but I feel like it's worse if we took them and they didn't get to see the magic of Disney because everything was so limited and restricted. I mean, Disney's tough to pull off with kids anyway because there's fast passes and you have to, like, my personal opinion on vacations is I don't want to plan anything. I want to go where I'm going and I want the freedom to eat when I'm hungry and sleep when I'm tired and take a nap. And I don't like to be scheduled at all because I'm scheduled every other day of my life. With Disney, it's a little off-putting because you have to be scheduled or you won't get to do the things that you want to do. But if they're not even allowing you to schedule things and then capacity's at 50%, forget it. You're not going to get to do even a quarter of what you want to. All right, so I'm going to go in with brow pencil in the shade Light and I'm going to line my lips. Which might be my best idea I've ever had to date. And there's been a lot of good ideas, so this one really hits the top. You know it's a good one. All right, brow pencil in Light for liner. I agree. I think it's a bit easier with boys versus girls, but I'm not gonna have them miss the magic. Forget it. Forget it. All right, let's go in. Now I want to do a lighter lip instead of a bright lip. We're going to do a lighter lip. I'm going to go in with the shade. I just used Amaryllis the other day. Let's go in with Jasmine because we can. All right, we're going to go in with Jasmine. Let's just do a gloss because I'm feeling like that. We're going to go in with Jasmine Gloss on the Lip Gloss Duo. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I was just gonna use the gloss from the Bloom. I love Jasmine. It's such a good neutral. I was just gonna use the gloss from the Bloom. Let's try that. I'm just gonna add a little bit of this gloss from Bloom because that was what my original thought was and I lost it. There we go. I just wanted a little bit more of that pink in there. Glowy. What do we need? Come to the Wisconsin Dells instead. I don't know what we're gonna do. I wish the kids got to go to Disney like as planned. I was looking forward to it also. How did you get back in the house? How? The children? Lord knows they don't do anything unless they're explicitly told to. I don't know what we're gonna do. Honestly, Justin's still not back at work. He's gonna go back to work soon. And you know, everything has just been like an ish show, you know how it is. I do events for a living, so it's gonna be a very long time before you can pack 400 people, 5, 6, 7, 1,000 people into a room together safely. So, you know, there's just so much stuff that's up in the air. I mean, luckily here in New York, it's finally beautiful out and we can go enjoy the outside, even though my kids are like indoor children now and they don't know how to go outside and have fun, we're gonna work through that. All right, I'm just gonna take a little refreshing spray and set my face with it. Make sure on your next order that you grab more of this because I can see it going out of stock. I've been wanting to plan a trip to Disney for when my little guy can tolerate it. The thought of being so different makes me so incredibly sad. At least they won't know any different. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to take my kids if there's no parades, there's no, like, most of the rides are inside for air conditioning purposes. So I'm not going to take my kids where they can't go on the rides. Like, Chase is so excited to go to the Star Wars rides, and like the Resistance and all those types of things are inside. So for him to go and look at the ride and be there and make the trip to Florida and see it in front of him and not be able to do it is like a special kind of torture that I can't even explain. So I don't want to make, I feel like everybody has had to give up so much. It's kind of like your wedding. If your wedding was going on right now, would you want to cut your guest list by 50, 60, 70% and then have your guests come and have to wear masks and not be able to dance with one another? No, nobody wants that. You want your wedding that you've been thinking of since you were a little girl. And that's kind of how I look at Disney too. I'm not willing to forfeit the money and the time to waste the experience on something that's like so lackluster. I swear my son is part vampire. He hates being outside. It's been fun. Kristen, you and I are living the same life. I had to bribe my children to go outside the other day. They used to be such outdoor kids, but Chase has developed like a fear of bugs, and it's gotten like really bad. Like he's terrified of them, and he thinks that they're gonna like, it's more than just being cautious of bees and wasps. He's legitimately concerned that they're going to come for him. They're like plotting the next time he goes outside. So now he's put that fear into Dylan, and now Dylan doesn't want to go outside and they just want to play on Legos and electronics all day, which is not going to happen on my watch. You know what I mean, guys? I love that lip color. Thank you, Cynthia. It's just the gloss part of the Blossom Lip Duo. Boom, boom. All right, so I'm gonna go take a picture in that window before the sun totally leaves for this storm. And I'll list all the products that I used today. Today was super simple. I feel like we didn't use all that much. What are you doing, Maish? What are you doing? Hopefully Justin will be home soon. He had to go pick up a curbside pickup for, oh, I hear him downstairs nailing things in for my board and batten. He had to do a curbside pickup at Lowe's. So that was fun. All right, I love you guys. Hopefully I'll be on this weekend. The next 2 weeks are gonna be a little bit busy for me, so you might see me on in the evening and a little bit less, but I will definitely try to continue to go on. I gave myself a little facial last night with our RE9 sheet mask, which was unbelievable. That's gonna be a weekly for me. That was the first time that I had used it, and honestly, my skin glowed today like no other, so I was super excited about it. But I love you guys. I will hopefully see you this weekend. Have a great weekend with your family. I love you so much.